guys, and welcome back to my channel. For those who don't know, we're the Salah Socials, but I am Aaliyah behind all the accounts. I've got some exciting news. You're all going to be like, what? We never knew she wanted that. Let me just take a little sip of tea. We need some tea for this. I'm really spilling the tea. 10 years ago, let's speak about this. 10 years ago, maybe 12 years ago, I had zero boobs. Zero. I was like a double A. And then I found over like a 6-week course, my boobs just quadrupled in size. I experienced so much pain with them. I was in agony. And it turns out I had lumps in each breast. So in one breast I had I think it was about 6 in one, 9 in the other, or 6 and 8, something like that. So I had to get them taken out. But because I was only maybe 16 and a half, they didn't want to cut under the breast because they thought she's not stopped growing yet, which is really strange because I was huge. Like, I was like, I don't know, maybe an E or something, which is pretty big for a teenager. Anyway, I had that surgery. My breast grew back over about 2 years. They grew back, so I went from the E back to an A when they took all the lumps out. But because they went through the underarm, which I will show you in just a second, they didn't really tighten any skin or anything like that. They told me they would, and in the moment I believed them, but now I'm older, I realise the most they could have done is just cut a bit of skin and pull it tighter. They can't physically really tighten a breast properly without, really going through, around the nipple and pulling all the skin together. But I don't think they aim to do that because they just saw me as a child. So I had that taken out. They grew back, and none of you would ever believe, but I've been so miserable with my breast since. It's ruined all my pregnancies. It's caused me backaches. I've had to go to chiropractors. The biggest I've ever grown to is a H. And then I started dieting to like an unhealthy degree where I lost my period. I was considered underweight, but the only reason why I continued is because I was able to get my breast from the double H to a double D. And that, they still felt big because I was only a size 4, but they felt the smallest they've ever been. So after doing that caused all the fertility issues because I lost my period. So I had to kind of gain a bit of weight to gain back my period to have my first baby. And after I had my first baby, I realised that, okay, I need to do something about this. But I will openly admit that from the age of, 18 up until 24 or 23, I'd gone to surgeons every year, like begging them to give me a reduction. Nobody would give me a reduction. One, because I'd not had children, but I think the biggest factor was the fact that I'd had some kind of breast surgery before and they'd shown that they grow back. So they were all like, your boobs will definitely grow back when you have children. So nobody would touch me. So after I had my first, and I knew we were going to have a second, and I knew we were going to try and conceive in December, which we did. I knew that my time was coming, so I've been kind of hush-hush about it, so I do apologise. I only kept it a secret because it's so personal, and I also know that so many people have such things about their body that they just despise, that just inconvenience them, that just cause them such discomfort. And I also just don't want to promote the fact that surgery is the answer, because lots of people don't have the funds for surgery, and also surgery isn't the answer for lots of people. So I didn't want to promote that. Do you know what I mean? But I do want to be honest. So I will say, I went to Maya around, let me think. I went to Maya when I was pregnant, I tell a lie. Maya is a breast surgeon, and I told them, I really want this, and they were like, so how, are you breastfeeding? I was like, no, I'm pregnant right now, I will breastfeed. And they was like, look, we will not give you a reduction any earlier than 6 months after breastfeeding. Now, I normally breastfeed exclusively for 6 months. So I did the maths and I did the whole, maternity leave from work, and I realised, oh, okay, I can only breastfeed for 4 months. If I waited 6 months, I would have literally been doing it and going to work, which I'd rather not do if I had the opportunity. So let me just explain while I'm on the beginning of this video, breaking all this down to you. I did document all of this. I documented everything from the first call to the visits to the trips to the drives, everything, but unfortunately my SD card is unrecognisable. I cannot get that footage from for the life of me, and I've been trying for almost a year. So I can only apologise that you've missed the first part, but I went to Maya, they declined me. They told me I had to go back at least 5 months. They would book me in for my consultation at 5 months for the following month. So that's what I did. So you've missed out on that. But once I booked that in, I spoke with them over the phone. They just ask you questions. What is your biggest problem? What is the change? What is this? What is that? What are you hoping for? And then I did, from what you missed, drove to the clinic in Leeds, where you go for a consultation, which was terribly uncomfortable. I say terribly uncomfortable. I just a guy touching your breast, and the guy I met, you meet a surgeon at the time, and it's like he has to pinch your nipples to make sure you're definitely not producing milk, so that's just uncomfortable. But I met him, and I won't lie to you, I thought, whoa, he's a bit forward. But I went home and I said to my husband, I feel like he's a bit forward because he does this every day. I'm a bit like shocked by it because I don't do this every day. So I don't think there's anything wrong with him. I was just shocked how he was just like, take off your clothes. I was like, nobody's ever seen me for a hot minute. Like, nobody's seen my nude body other than my husband for almost a decade. So I was a bit like, but anyway, I went to that appointment, when would that have been? Maybe February, where they ask you loads of questions, ask you your health records, get you to sign permissions. They tell you what they're able to do. They ask you what you're able to do. They asked me how small I wanted to be. I did say a B. He measured the width of my breast, and the height of my breast, and like, you know, they measure from here to like where your boob stops, from there, you know, like to see all of it, and mine was just so asymmetrical and all the rest of it. So you give them 14 days before you can even contact them again, and then you can either ask for another surgeon, or go ahead with your second surgeon, where he will then finalise everything operation wise. Now, I will just speed up. That's what you've missed. I do apologise, I cannot bring back that footage. If I could, I would, I promise you. But what I will do is continue this footage from now moving forward. So let's fast forward to the 7th of June, where I've had three appointments this far, and this is the follow-up after my 3rd appointment. Hello, YouTube. Now, along the way, I have been coming on or bringing you with me on the days of the appointment, but then it all got messed up. So I was meant to have my appointment, but then Far couldn't have the kids, so I had to cancel the appointment, and I got given a last minute appointment. Anyway, long story short, I didn't have my camera when I had to go back. I've been back to the clinic 3 days ago, and that was for my vitals. So she did my weight, height, bloods. Also, if you've stayed in a hospital overnight in the last year, I think, they make you do like a dormant antibacterial test. So it's like a swab up each nostril and in your groin. I know, weird. But I was like, I've only stayed, you know, when I had a baby, because my baby wasn't technically staying, but, you know, because of the time he was born, and he was observed for 12 hours, it's considered overnight, and I had to close my eyes there at some point. So yeah, because I'd done that, I had to have the swab as well. And basically I said, you know, what happens if you've got it? She said most people who have got it, they don't realise they've got it until we do that. But because it can be dormant and not impact you, nobody realises they've got it. But then if you go ahead and have surgery and you have got it, apparently it can cause all the wounds and the flesh and the scarring to just be really fleshy and just terrible. So that's why they test for that. And if it does come up positive, they give you a course of antibiotics. So I had all those tests, and they came back like the next day. And the reason why I know that they came back the next day, I'm guessing if what happened didn't happen, I'm sure they wouldn't have called me. But basically, I had the following day I had a, what do they call it, like a surgery consultation. So she basically, the same nurse who took my bloods, she called me the following day via Zoom, and she basically just asked you loads of health questions, reiterates what you've already confirmed, and then she tells you like kind of what to expect, you know. And I think she said, oh, up to a week before your surgery, you'll get a call from us or an email to say that your surgery time is being allocated to you. So you log into your Maya portal and then you'll have your time on there. She did say that no alcohol a week before, no alcohol a week no alcohol a week before, no alcohol a week after, no recreational drugs, which none of these things apply to me, but I'm just letting you know. No recreational drugs, no smoking. If you are a smoker, I think you must quit for at least 30 days. They do a pregnancy test on the day, which is impossible because I just won't. She did say though, so many people go there pregnant without realising. Imagine. Anyway, they do a pregnancy test on the day. She reconfirmed. She did ask me if I've gone ahead and ordered my post-surgery bras. Maya do sell them. I think they're about £80. But I would rather just go with, I wanted to go with, I looked at forums everywhere for the bras just because I know I've got to stay in it for so long. And everybody recommended M&S and the brand Macom. So I went on M&S and funnily enough they had a sale because everyone knows these bras are expensive, but none of them had my size. And then I went on Macom and it said you don't choose your size, you just choose your back, and the bra apparently molds to your breast. So immediately I was like, that's clearly much a better bra, because the surgeons told me, right, we're going to take you down 3 sizes, but there's no guarantee, you know, I don't want you to wake up and expect, because basically what he's saying is, I told him take me as small as possible, and he's saying, look, I will, but I can't guarantee that you might not be a D or double D. You know what I mean? He said he could take me to a D. He said a large C, but I think it's going to be a D, just because I've got quite wide breast anyway. I've gone from having 0 breast. I had no breast at 15 and 16 years old, and the second that my breast grew, I never sat in anything smaller than a D cup ever in my life. So I went from wearing an A to a D. So so now my expectation is I'm going to be a double D. However, I'm hoping it's going to be a very small double D in comparison to what I've got now and what I've had, because if you saw my breast in pregnancy, and I'm sure if you go back on TikTok when I'm doing TikToks or Instagram when I'm doing reels and posting pictures, my boobs ruined my pregnancy, and I never shared that with anyone because I just thought, I don't know. It's not positive, is it, to be like, I'm so freaking miserable, but it destroyed, I honestly feel like it destroyed me, in the sense of the weight was just unbearable. In my second pregnancy, in my first pregnancy, I went to a double H, and that was about 36 weeks pregnant, and at that point I'd just given up. I didn't want to get measured anymore. I didn't want to get new bras anymore. I was literally miserable. I felt like my boobs were heavier than my bump. And then the second pregnancy, I went to a double G. I didn't get as big as I did the first time, but, you know, still massive. So now I've lost lots of weight, lots of pregnancy weight, and that's why I know, like, now for everyone watching who's come over from Instagram and TikTok, you're all going to be like, that's why. Because so many people are like, how have you got the drive now? I'm a really driven person anyway, and I did lose weight really quickly with my first baby. However, it took me about 10 months, where this time it's taken me like 5. But that's because I knew it's not ideal to lose or gain weight when you have breast surgery, because then obviously your breast will then naturally start to sag again if you lose weight. Or if you get heavier, your boobs will naturally get heavier, because that's what the body does, and then they will start to sag again. So the best thing is to try and be, you know, around your comfortable ideal weight. So that's why. So I'm hoping I'm a small double D. If we get a C, imagine if I wake up and I've got a B. I actually wanted an A, but he said physically impossible, so here we are. Anyway, I did the vitals. My current weight, I'll let you all know because I'm not really fussed about that. It was 70 kg. I'm aiming to stay at 71, 72, just because I want to be at the heaviest of a healthy BMI. So I'm 5'7". If you put it on the BMI calculator, you'll get the same thing. I'll put it there. I'm obsessed with it because I want to fall into a healthy range, but I don't want to be skinny. Before I had my first one, I was stick thin. I was obsessed with losing weight because I saw how small I could get my breasts. And when I say small, there was a double A at that point. However, they felt tiny, tiny in comparison to what they've been before. So I want to stay a bit chunkier because I look back now and I'm like, I look so unhealthy. So the BMI, I always put it as very inactive. I'm not active. I always say that because I don't want to, overcompensate for 1 week where I might work out when I don't work out 9 other weeks of the year or whatever. So very inactive, my age and my height and my weight. So 5'7", and I think it says I can be 73 kg, I think. So I like to stay at 71. So I'm 70 now. So I'm just going to try over the next few weeks to tone my stomach because I've been eating loads of trash. I'll be honest. I've been decorating the house, so I've just been eating loads of trash because I'm also like thinking, let me do the decoration before I'm stuck. We're digressing now. We're here to talk about boobs again. We're here to talk about boobs. But from what she told me, I knew it anyway, but from what she told me, then I thought, let me finish my decorating because I don't want to sit there restricted and stuck. So I've been busy doing all that. So I'm going to aim to tone my stomach a little bit more because I have gained a little bit of weight. And not because I'm 70 kg, but I can feel the jiggle on my belly again. And I just, not that it's a big issue, but the last thing I want to be doing is losing that weight after surgery or toning that after surgery. I just want to try and get as toned as possible before. So diet starts tomorrow. I say diet, exercise starts tomorrow. I'm going to start working out again because my surgery is in just a few weeks. Shower for at least 2 weeks. 2 weeks. She said I can't shower for 2 weeks. Can't use deodorant on the day of or up until a week after. But I will be going to see her 1 week later, on week 1, week 2, and then hopefully week 6, as long as week 2 is okay. But can't shower for 2 weeks, but she'll let me know on week 2 apparently. Can't use deodorant, I think she said, for 7 days. Definitely can't lift any heavy things, like I'll put my hands above my head for at least 2 weeks, so like my babies and stuff. What else? I asked her roughly when can I book a holiday because I'm sure you've all like figured out all of the holidays have got wiped out because of this, and I know it seems extremely selfish, but this is the ideal time to do it because when I go back to my job, or if I go back to my job, any annual leave and all my annual leave I can use for my kids, other than going back to my work and taking off 2-3 weeks annual leave to do surgery and just being stuck in the house, you know what I mean? So luckily I'm on maternity leave at the minute, so I'm able to get my boobs done in my maternity leave and it changes nothing. So I'm just hoping we can squeeze a little holiday after. So because we had to cancel our holidays, but you can't travel up to 6 weeks after, maybe 4 weeks before, I can't remember, but the timing knocked our holidays out. So yeah, I'm hoping I can go somewhere after. She did say at the 6 week mark they'll let me know if I'm able to travel or not, but I might not be so comfortable in regards to expose my breast. But I'm not getting my breast done to get my breast exposed. However, I will obviously wear things that I've been dying to wear for years. Like I bought some stuff on Prime. I'm going to show you in a minute. I should really try it on, shouldn't I? Just try it on and show you. What I'm going to do is, I'm not going to try it on now, I'm going to try it on the night before. The night before I'm going to find as many things I've always wanted to wear and put them on. And we're going to see, because it's horrendous. They will give me paracetamol, ibuprofen and codeine. I think she said codeine. I'm not really a drug person, I say drugs, prescription drugs, whatever. They'll give me paracetamol, ibuprofen and codeine. She did say lots of patients don't like the effect of codeine, so I don't know if I told you, but I am a one-night stay in because a breast reduction and uplift is a bigger surgery than getting a boob job, getting implants. So most people get implants, they're in and out. Within 6 hours they enter, and 6 hours later they've had the surgery and they're leaving, going home. That's unfortunately not me, and it's much more expensive, almost, but something that can't be changed. So yeah, that's the update. It's currently the 11th of June. My surgery's booked for July 17th. But now we're having some problems with the GP summary. So apparently Maya contacted GP and asked them to send it. And they're not responding. So I'm going to have to call them tomorrow and plead, not plead, you know, get them to send it to me or forward it on ASAP. Otherwise, it postpones my date, which won't be ideal for anybody because Far's booked all the time off work. But I'll keep you posted. But as of right now, we are about 5 weeks. Is it 5 weeks away? Today's the 13th of June. And I got a call from Maya asking if I could move my surgery forward to the 26th. They didn't say cancellation, but clearly they've had a cancellation. They've clearly had like some sort of cancellation or medical pop up for somebody else. And I know because somebody I know went to Maya, said to me, they offered them an earlier surgery and they gave them some money back. So when she called me, she was like, oh, I just want to know if you want to bring it forward. And I know sometimes you might think, do it, you've been waiting. But in my opinion, like, because, oh, I've cracked my tripod. Yep, it's cracked. Sorry. But you know when you've worked yourself up for something for so long, mentally prepared, it's just like someone saying, like imagine if you wanted to be a famous singer and someone saying, you know, like you just starting off busking and then literally someone saying, you know that famous singing career you want, let's go get it now, that's it, boom. You'd just be a bit like, what now, you know, I'm not prepared kind of thing. So I was a bit like, but she didn't mention any money off, so I was like, I'm not sure. But then she did go ahead and mention the fact that my GP summary had still not been back. So yeah, she asked me if I could contact my GP and get it, and then she would follow me back up with a, what did she say? With a call. Now please excuse my nails. Normally I would have them done. Surprised nobody's asking me. One, I've been doing so much DIY, but two, I'm just like, I'm doing loads of DIY, and by the time it comes around to finishing this DIY by like next week, my surgery is going to be there. So I'm trying to just put as minimal on as possible or leave them as plain as possible because you can't have any nail polish on. So that's why I look like this, like a crazy lady. But anyway, then she called me back and said, okay, £500 off. But I've already paid all mine, like, so I know some people are on like instalment plans or things like that. So I said, but I paid, so you know, how am I going to get that? Because if there's one thing I have read about any kind of surgery is you always get trouble trying to get money back. So she was like, well, we'll just refund you. And I was like, but is that what you'll do? Because if you're going to refund me and I agree, then I'd rather you refund me now. Because I've already paid, so by technicality, you're bringing me sooner on a promise. And I know you might think it was sooner, but still, it didn't need to be sooner, you know. So then she called me and she was like, yeah, I found out we can definitely refund you because you paid it all already. And I thought about it and I was like, you know what, it doesn't make a difference because I'm going to have it, but then it's like childcare and all the rest of it. And it just didn't line up because Far's going to have 2 weeks off when I go. So it didn't line up. I'm not upset about it because I've already got July 17th in my mind. Okay, this is packaging. Okay, that's a return thing. This is the only thing about surgery. You got to go there with a bra, so how would you return it? You don't know. But this is the one thing that really sold me on these freaking bras. I didn't have to pick a cup size. Apparently it mods to breast. Look at this. This is my lingerie for the foreseeable. It's kind of sexy. Is that sexy? Is that sexy? Oh, they're a bit meshy there, so I'll be able to see my balls. Well, I won't because I've bandaged it, but let me give you a little model of this. With the front fasteners. Now I know you can get zips, but I'm a traditional kind of gal. Oh, that just popped up and very quickly. I'm a traditional kind of gal. I do like a good fastener. I'm going to take pictures in this bra before. I've always got overspill and it's so jarring because so many people, and I get it because they don't know me and because I don't speak about it, nobody knows, you know what I mean, other than knowing or being able to see that I've got a big chest. Nobody knows like the struggle that I've had with them. So all the time people are always like, oh my god, what's your overspill? And I'm like, no, seriously, I've tried everything. I've tried every size and I've tried every kind of bra, and because of them going so many different sizes, and you know, look at that, that will not be there anymore. because of them going so big at one point as well, like the H and stuff, and the G, the double G, I just feel like I'm left with like loads of skin. Because I'm still full, it doesn't look like I've got so much skin, but I have. And that's what causes the overspill, like constantly. So everyone thinks I just like, I'm in denial about my bra size. But I will say it's incredibly comfortable. Look, this will be me. This is pretty sexy. Is that pretty sexy? Do I need to get out there more? I don't know, I kind of like it. So yeah, I will, I'm sure, closer to the day, I'm going to like post this on IG and TikTok, but this right here, you my little lovelies, you're getting everything. So on the day of the surgery, obviously I'm going to take pictures too, but on the day of the surgery, I think from what I've seen, you go in the surgery wearing the bra. I think you go in wearing the bra, they'll do that, I think. I don't know. Because I can't imagine they sit you up and like fucking start dressing you. So I think you go in wearing the bra and then they just pop it open, pop it to the side, do your surgery, close it. That's what I think that they do. I don't know, I've never asked that question. I don't think I need to know that question because I'll be uncomfortable if they say no, some guy's going to be putting your bra on for you because I'll just, it can't be avoided, can it? But anyway, on the day of the surgery, I'm definitely going to bring my camera and I'm going there alone. And I know you might think, why are you doing it alone? But I don't have anyone else. And to be honest, I need to do this. Like, I'm an independent person, man. You know what? I'm all there for having people. However, in the nicest way, I don't need anybody. I don't need anybody to pay my bills, to pay me financially, to pay me emotionally, to pay me physically. I don't need any of that. Because, you know, when you've got yourself and you've got yourself to the nth degree that I've got myself, oh, it brings such a level of comfort. Such a level of comfort. I think that's why I'm so unapologetically me, because I know that, you know what, I don't matter. Nothing matters. I've got myself to the nth. Is that the right word? I don't know. Anyway, we're going there. This is the bra. Yes. So I'll give you all a good whirl before the surgery. And like I said, I'm going there by myself. So I'm going to make sure I take my MacBook, take my iPad, take my AirPods, and film, chat to you all, give you all everything I can and more, of course. And yeah, let's get some little boobs. Hello, YouTube. Don't look at me. You know what I just did? I just packed my bag, did a little TikTok slash Insta reel. Well, I haven't cut it yet, but you know, filmed it. And then remembered I've not even showed you guys, and you guys, you've been through every single process with me. So let me just tell you the date, because it's exactly a week today where I'm either going to be getting my boobs done or I will have already had my boobs done. I haven't got my time yet. Apparently, it does say on the website when you log in, they give it to you 48 hours before. Apparently they update that. I'm kind of overwhelmed. Okay, so let me check. To be honest, it's the best I've ever packed in my whole life because I normally overpack. But obviously with the lack of shower and all the rest of it, what more do you need? I've packed 0 pants, I've just realised, but I never really. Let me log in. Imagine if it's there, we find out together. I'll show you when you log in. It's just sending me a code. So when you log in, it kind of comes up like this. Maya, this is your app. Shows you your next app, which is 14 days, which is a week post-surgery. My operation, you press a different section. Let's press it together. Imagine if it's there. I can't read backwards though. God, this is a nightmare. Okay, there, look, can you see home, my operation, callers, appointments, GP surgery, photos, all of that. If you press photos, there's nothing on there. I thought that they may have uploaded the photos that they took of me, but they don't, which I'm like, anyway, my operation. Let's see, is there a time on there? Oh God, oh my God, I've not even told you guys. Paul's birthday was last Thursday. And for the last few weeks I was like, what do I get him that he'll actually enjoy? Because I won't lie to you, respectfully, you buy him stuff and it just ends up all over the shop. He's a bit of a big kid, you know. Me, I'm like one of them people. I think because I never had anything as a kid, I'm so psychotic with it when I get one thing. I want it to stay in the same place. I want it to be in order. I don't leave it anywhere. Like him, he just doesn't, respectfully, he doesn't value items. So it's a beautiful thing because he doesn't put value in items and he doesn't think, oh, that's Armani, that's Primark, so I'll treat that different to that. He treats them all like Primark. But to me, that's jarring. So I thought, let me get him a few things. So I got him a couple bits from H&M. We're digressing here. I'm the queen of digressing. A couple bits from H&M. Couple, a new running coat from Nike. Yeah, Nike. And then I bought him a holiday. So I booked our first holiday. I paid for it. We're going to the Canary Islands in like 90 days or something like that. I haven't told them yet because I don't want it to like, you know, they asked me, have you got any holidays? I said, no, I didn't have any holidays at the time. But from what I've seen, you can't travel up to 6 weeks post-op and then they take it from there. So the holiday that I booked is paid for. We're going to go. I'm going to tell them on like my week or 2 week thing, I booked a holiday, you know, but I know it's based on this. So then at least at my 6 week appointment, apt, they can confirm that I'm fine to go. So yeah, I've got my first itty bitty titty holiday coming, woo woo. Anyway, let me show you what I've packed. I feel like I've hardly got anything, but what do you take when you can't wash? And I didn't even tell you, I got really anxious about like, you know, the pre-op thing, and it's like, from what I've read, but I am going to double check again, you can't eat 6 hours before surgery. You can't drink anything other than water and up until 2 hours before the surgery. But when I get my time, I am just going to double check. I did forget to tell you guys as well, because I'm having surgery in Preston and I've got 2 babies. My husband was like, let me bring you and take you, but it's like a 2.5 hour drive. Even on a train, it's like a 2 hour, 45 minutes. So I just don't want to drag my kids around the country. I know some people might be like, no, but you can't be there by yourself. My husband's like, don't be there by yourself. I don't want you to wake up by yourself. But me, I'm their mom. It's my decision. I don't want them to come up and down the country. He was going to put them in a hotel, so then they were all going to stay in a hotel. But I just don't want my kids in a hotel. They don't need to be in a hotel. What are they doing in a hotel when I'm in the hospital in a bed? Because I've got to stay in. So I'm getting the train up. And because I don't know the time of my surgery, I was like, I can't imagine it's any later than 7, 8 o'clock. But because of that whole palaver, I'm getting the train up on Sunday night. So I'm going to put my kids to bed and stuff first. Get the train about 8:30. I get there at 1:45. And then my surgery will be the next morning, whatever time that may be. So I booked my train, I booked my hotel. I couldn't tell you, maybe it's the travel lodge. I just went with the closest one to the hospital as possible. And that was about 2.1 miles, so that's not far. I have like these nightmares of like waking up late. What about if I wake up late? Could I run there? You know, like that's why I wanted to be as close as possible. Anyway, this little lovely suitcase is part of my new 3-piece set, which it looks so small, doesn't it? But you wouldn't believe what's in here. So let me show you. Does that work? Now he's shouting, saying I'm going to need that chair in a minute. Okay, so in this one, I've just got 3 little 2-pieces. So I'll show you. This from TikTok Shop, just a little cycling short set, and then everyone said, and they all told me get zip up. So this is like a little top which zips up, so I won't have to stress about trying to get things over my head and my arms above my head and things like that. The same thing again, this one's from Primark, just a blue cycling short, and then this one again is another zip up, but this one's long sleeve. I just like to have options. So this one is from Boohoo, a little shorts, and this one comes with a little zip up hoodie, but because it's a hoodie, this one, I'm just probably going to just chill in the shorts and the surgery bras, and then when I go outside, if I wear that one, I will just put on the hoodie, which I'll show you, it's in the bag. I've left it in the bag, so then at least if I need to grab it quickly, because it's like the only thick fleecy thing, I can just grab it. But anyway, this one is pyjamas. Again, just slots out. This, I'll take the loads for. This is for dirty laundry, so I'm taking that because I'm like the biggest germaphobe about dirty laundry touching other laundry. But if it's allowed, because this has got no metal and it's just pure elastic, I'm going to try and do some heatless curls before I go into surgery with this. So I'm going to put this on, whatever, and then at least when I'm out of surgery, I've still got my headband doing my heatless curls, go to sleep in it, wake up, I was going to say shower, but I can't shower, but I'm definitely going to sneakily wash my vagina because I can't, and then I can just take these out and hopefully I don't look so freaking crazy. So this is the other hoodie that matches those shorts. How freaking cute is it? That's why I've left it there, because I just think it's like the easiest wearable one. I've got my MacBook. This is just like camera chargers, camera batteries, a little portable charger, my phone case. And I do have to put my chargers in there, but I'll probably just chuck them in my handbag because I have an iPad too, which I use every day, all day, every day. So I'll need to keep that charger out, and I'll probably just pop it in my bag when I leave. I'll probably take my iPad too, so I can edit on this and watch on the iPad. My 2 surgery bras. You might ask why I'm taking 2, but I don't know, just why not? Right. And then I've just got my TikTok tripod, so I can chat with you guys, do whatever, film. I'm not sure if I'm going to tell you all the second I've done it, or whether it's all going to be delayed footage. I don't quite know yet. I don't know how I feel. You might all think, why are you not saying it now, so we all know? But I'm just really private about things like this, because like, especially doing it by myself, although I know you're all so supportive and things like that, I just don't want it to be emphasised. You know, like, imagine sitting in the hospital room by yourself, waking up sore boobs, you've got strangers around you. I know I've made that choice, but then having the whole internet checking up on me might not work well for me, you understand? So that's probably why I'm not going to say it. If I wake up and I feel glorious like I did when I had children, whew, I'll tell you all. But we'll see. I don't know. I've had my boobs done before and it was terrible. It was worse than having children. It was terrible. I had to go in for revision surgery. I had blood clots. I was just groggy. I was sick. I was fainting every 2 minutes. So if that's how I feel, then I'm definitely going to do delayed footage. So I will show you all, but it won't be on the day, every day. I'm also going to do like a little diary, a little short 90 seconds diary, because I always keep my videos 90 seconds, because you can... I'm speaking really quick now, aren't I? Welcome to Aaliyah, the one who speaks really quickly. I'm probably just going to do little 90 second updates as well per day. But for you guys, I will do a whole week vlog. So my first week, we'll do a day today and we'll find out how I'm going on. And you're going to see everything, because obviously you've got more than 90 seconds. And then here, I've got TikTok. I feel like this whole thing, this is not sponsored by TikTok, but it might as well be. I've got this little travel adapter, which has it for the US, the UK, and Europe. But the reason why I'm bringing this one, obviously you can see I'm bringing my devices, is because I can plug in like 5 things, you know what I mean, immediately, because I've got 4 there and then 1 at the bottom, 1 at the top, sorry. So 5 things in 1 plug works well for me, because then I'm not stretching miles. I brought some sunglasses because when I leave I don't want to look bummy. I brought 1 pair of socks because I think I'm just going to wear some Crocs to travel there in, and I'm probably going to want to wear socks on the way out. I packed up baby wipes. And then this is my toiletry bag. So again, this is part of the other one. This toiletry bag though also comes with like a little zip inside there, which is smart. There are things that you don't want to touch everything. Can you see that? Oh, well, they're touching it all now. Thank you, everybody. So in there, I've just put a little clean spoolie so I can brush my eyebrows, and a new toothbrush head. And then in here, you can't wear deodorant 24 hours before. You can't wear moisturiser 24 hours before. I'm going to smell like an old tramp. But here we are. So then I've got this, the little layering lab from Superdrug, just because it's not so strong as perfume. I just don't want perfume to burn me. So I brought this. I've got some toothpaste. I've got my little mini hairbrush. Some clips with some different kind of bobbles. I'm hopeful I'll be able to tie it up. I've got the brow gel by Unicorn Cosmetics, which I'm hoping I can at least brush them up. Again, this is for the sneaky wash. I've got some Femfresh. I know you could say use wipes. I'm not a wipe gal. I can't use wipes. It's bad enough having to wipe your armpits. Apparently that's what you can do, wipe your armpits. I think I've got after day 3, but we'll find out. So I brought this because I'm going to try and give myself a vagina wash in the sick. This is really personal, but well, this is what happens when you have your boobs done. I can't not wash my vagina. I just, no, it's not happening. A little cleanser and toner, my electric toothbrush, and then a little bit of Carmex, so I at least don't look crazy when I wake up. I'm going to take in my handbag this is another like iPhone charger. It kind of plugs into the bottom, look. smart. So it kind of just sits at the bottom. It's so convenient because it's not so like bulky like that horrible phone case. But I like to have 2 different batteries just so I definitely don't have a dead battery. That's that, I think. That is that. So I'm packed. Here's the mess. But that is me packed. I've just cut the grass. I've just cleaned the garden. I'm going to give the house a deep clean so I don't have to do so much on like Friday or Saturday. I'll probably just do it Friday and then that's it. I don't have to clean again until 2 weeks time or whatever, whenever I'm back and fall. I'll just keep up with it. So yeah, it's packed. The second I get my time for my surgery, I will be back and I'll tell you and we'll see if it is 40 hours before. Guys, don't look at me actually. I should really show you because I've not got a bra on right now. So I should show you. Now this, don't look at this, I'm trying to lose a little bit of body fat. I know you might think, why did you not do that before? But I did, but I just recently gained a little bit. So this as well is quite complimenting. If this wasn't tight around there, they would be here. But I've got news. I got an email today saying your time has been allocated. So I logged in, but it also said the time on the email. But I did log in anyway just to make sure. I've got my time. Let me get the email on my watch. Hi Ali, we hope you're well and looking forward to your procedure on the 17th of July. Your procedure is due to take place at First Trust Hospital on the 17th with Doctor. Please click here for directions to First Trust Hospital. So today, oh my battery's going to die. Today I'm going to call a cab company to arrange a taxi for the morning, but it just basically says, due to COVID, no chaperones are allowed, no children are allowed in the hospital, and not to arrive at the hospital any earlier than the time. Apparently the time is just to get first initial things, so don't go there expecting your surgery. So my time is allocated at 8:15, but it does say, do not arrive by yourself in car because you're not permitted to drive by yourself. You're also not allowed to get any form of public transport when discharged. You must have someone or a chaperone to be with you for the next 24 hours following discharge. That's because of the anaesthetic. And then it just says overnight patients. Patients who stay for more than overnight, your nurse will let you know, but more than likely the room should be vacated by 10 AM. So I just tried to rush that before the battery died, but it died anyway. So basically it says you must have a chaperone to collect you. You can't get any public transport because of the anaesthetic. The time that's on there, don't expect to walk in and get surgery. They have to go through a checklist first, which is, in my opinion, a little bit better because I can't imagine waking up, like, bang, getting straight in a taxi, and, you know what I mean, being put back to sleep, like, so I'd rather just have a bit of, I can eat and drink up to 6 hours before surgery, so, which is good. I've got up to 2 AM, I'm not going to stay awake till 2 AM, but I am travelling up until midnight, so that's great for me. And I can drink water up to 2 hours before surgery, so that is fab. So today I must call a cab company to arrange a cab, just so I'm not, like, stuck first thing in the morning. And yeah, I've got my time. Oh my god. Anyway, the date's set, the time's set, 8:15. I will see you on the 16th around 8 PM when we go get the train, because obviously we've got to put the babies to bed first. Oh my god, I'm nervous. What? Just got another email from them. Wait, what? Is that like a weird sign? Let me open up the email on my iPad. It's making me stressed. They brought the time earlier. Imagine if I would have already called the cab. How freaking stressful. This is one thing that just stresses me out. Like, I'll be honest, I'm never like overly late, but if I need to arrive, if somebody says to me, see you at 9, like, I will be there no earlier than 9. Like, that's who I am. And they might think we'll just be on time today, but it's just stressful. I just don't work that way. Okay, we're now looking forward to your procedure. Your admission time is 7:45 now. Can you see that? So they've changed it to 7:45. How weird that that's just happened on here. So what I'm going to do, because it sounds ridiculous, but I thought like 7 would be more of the time. But I must call a cab. It's just basically the same information, but 7 instead. God. Let me have some water. Thank God for this because I can't drink more water. God, 7:45, 7:45. I think I'll be in surgery by 9. I'm nervous. I need to get off this camera. I need to get off this camera because it's going to digress me. 7:45. You'll see me on Sunday at around 8. I'll check in with you when we drive on the train. And then I've got to get a cab from the train station to the hotel. So I should really book both now, to be honest. And yeah. Fuck, I'm doing this. Oh my God, I'm shitting it. I don't know why I'm shitting it. I think I'm shitting it because I'm quite a tough person. I can handle pain pretty well. But I think I'm so freaking scared because I've had breast surgery before. And honestly, I've had 2 babies vaginally, drug-free. And that breast surgery, when I woke up, oh my God, I felt like a train had gone over me and it had concaved my chest. I was not anticipating to do this, but here we are being organic here. I didn't realise that darker skinned women, or you know, people of different ethnic origins other than being white, scar worse. I didn't know that. I didn't know that. So look, maybe I should show you my other scars. Now they went in here because I was so young. They didn't want to go under there because they reckoned that my breast had not grown yet. So here's one of my scars. Can you see that? Apologies if I've got a hairy arm, but what do? Here we are. I'm trying to hold on to the hair until Sunday so I can give like a nice fresh shave on Sunday, because obviously I can't shower for those 2 weeks, so I'm trying not to drag it out now. But you can see how long these boobs are. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm even standing on this like that. But what do? I'm trying to be honest. And here's the other scar. This is the one that had the less lumps in it. Actually, that's a pretty clean scar, isn't it? They don't even tell you this. This is purely from research. Sunbathing is kind of like, don't, because it can change the look of your scars. Now, I've never not, other than putting sunscreen on, I've never I've never like protected those with sunscreen. But I suppose with them being under my arm, it's been protected that way, I'm guessing. So apparently scar gel and just using a bikini that would cover it and, you know, not laying in the sun like crazy, which I'm not really a sunbather anyway, apparently helps, because apparently sun and fresh scars doesn't work well, and it really disorientates the scar. See you on Sunday. Oh my God, I'm so freaking stressed. I'm stressed. I've got to go. Oh my God, it's Sunday. Oh, it's Sunday the 16th of Feb. It's Sunday. I could cry. Honestly, I'm so overwhelmed. I'm trying not to say anything to my husband because I don't want him to worry. I haven't even got my tripod on because I've been charging everything. This is a hair mask. Don't look at the state of this room. I'm literally trying to do everything. Right now, I can stand up now. So it's Sunday the 16th at 3:18. I'm shaking. I've just taken the kids swimming, so I do swimming lessons every Sunday. And me and their dad normally take it in turns to go in the pool because a parent always has to be in the pool with the babies. And I really didn't have the energy today or the time really to be getting in the pool, to be getting home at 3. But I know I'm going to miss it for so long, so I'm just like, oh no. So I did it, and honestly, I almost felt so... I felt so emotional. I don't know why, I feel like I'm being a bit silly. You know, there's just something so scary about being put to sleep. When you've got children, you know, you hear these horrible stories. And I'm just so scared of like not waking up, I'll be honest. And it's the first time I'm going to say it on this vlog because it's probably the last time we're going to, you know, really go through this before we've done it. I was a bit like nostalgic, a bit emotional in the pool, but I didn't feel too bad. And then I've just got home and I've checked my phone and I've missed the receipt, I've missed the call. and it told me it was from Preston, which is obviously where I'm having my surgery, so I immediately called it back, and I'm just like, oh no, don't tell me they've cancelled it. So that just then heightened my emotions. And when I called back, he was just like, no, it's just admin, just to tell you what you can eat and drink. So again, I could eat up until 2 a.m, drink up until 6 a.m. He said, as soon as I've just literally got off the phone to him now and just thought, let me just film. I'm just so emotional. I know it's so silly, you know, astaghfirullah, and everything's going to be fine, but like I said, when you've got kids, like before I had kids, I would have just been like, knock me out, doesn't matter to me, a few extra hours sleep. When you've got kids, I feel like I have to hug them. Oh God, I'm so sorry. I almost don't want to film this. But equally, I told you I would share the journey, the honest journey. So here it is. Oh God, I have no clue. I've told Jai, like, Mum's got a sore back, so I'm going to go to hospital, you're going to pick me up. And I'm going to have a bandage, but the doctor's going to fix my back. And I know, like, honestly, the possibility of that being anything other than that, oh, I'm shaking, sorry. But being anything other than that is so slim. But every time I hug them over the last 3 days, I'm hugging them like it's my last time. And I just don't want anything to go wrong. I'll be like selfish. It's all well and good, you know, looking at TikTok, looking at IG, looking at people's stories on there, but realistically, you know, is this really worth a risk? It's a risk. And up until the last 3 days, my biggest worry is I don't want to be the one of the smallest percentage to lose my nipple. Now I'm just like, I don't want to lose my life. But as you can see, the room's a mess. I've reopened my suitcase I packed with you guys just to put in last minute bits like God, I can't even think, face cleanser. So I'm just going to put every final bit in. I did wash my hair yesterday in preparation, but obviously I got in the pool with the kids, so I'm just washing it now with a little hair mask. And yeah, I'm going to eat some chicken, take another shower, and then I'm going to go for my train. God, I can't believe I'm crying on the internet. She's crying on the internet. Nobody tells you how overwhelming it is. And people might be like, well, you were not ready. Like, trust me, I'm ready. I've wanted this for maybe 12 years. I've had this before, you know, under different circumstances. But I've had this before. I felt the benefit of just, obviously I had lumps before, but I felt the benefit of going from an extra large size to, you know, a smaller size. I felt the benefit, I felt the mental lift. So I know how beneficial it's going to be. But it's just so different doing this as a mom. And even if you haven't got kids, I'm sure you'd feel the same. But when you're a mom, you know that, like, if anything bad happens, your kids won't see you because you chose to, you know, alter your breast. It just puts this horrible, guilty feeling in your stomach. But at the same time, I don't want to be like constantly moaning the backache. Constantly moaning the backache, constantly conscious about what I wear, can't really run with them on the beach. It's only since I've been pregnant with my second baby that I just thought, fuck it, because I had one baby that wanted to do all these things and I just didn't want to burden him with my burdens. Equally, like my shoulders, nobody on the internet would ever guess. I bet you don't even guess. You're probably all watching this like, what? But my shoulders every day, I told my husband, my back is killing me, my shoulders killing me. So I know I need to do this if I'm going to just, you know, be the best version of myself. But equally, I just can't help but feel so selfish. Anyway, I'm going to finish packing this stuff. I'm going to call a cab because Far keeps saying he wants to take me to the train station. But I want to keep my kids in as best routine as they can be. So, and you might all be like, what happened to your voice? Forgot. I woke up with like a sore voice. But I honestly think it's just stressed. I'm just so stressed about this whole situation. I feel absolutely fine other than my voice. Genuinely, I don't feel unwell. I actually feel extremely healthy. So yeah, I'm going to finish packing this. I'm going to try and get a taxi because I live in the woods. It's a nightmare, but I'm going to try and pre-book one for later because my train's at like 8:40. I'll try and get a taxi for about 8:15, so I'm definitely on time. And then I'll tell Paul when he gets back. But yeah, I'm going to go because I need to fix this, get everything finally packed. Oh my God. Good morning, YouTube. Now, anyone, I didn't film yesterday because it was just a nightmare. Although I had a late train and all the rest of it. Trains were cancelled, trains was delayed. Oh my God. It was a nightmare. So I got here at maybe like 12:30 last night. So I didn't film. I did do like a little mini vlog though on my phone because it was much easier to film on my phone while I was running around. But I'm here in the hotel. It's a nightmare. I'm still in my travel clothes. That wasn't my intention. I had pyjamas, I had all the rest of it, but honestly, I got here. This is the only travel lodge in this city. I didn't think anything of it. It smells terribly like wet dog. There was dogs in here when I got here. So I literally laid in the bed like that because I thought I'll get myself dirtier, getting changed, putting my skin on these sheets and protecting the skin that I've got to fucking keep unwashed for 2 weeks. So, you know. Anyway, here's the room. Not much to see. It smells terrible. Anyone who wants to get a hotel in Preston, don't stay here. Respectfully. But my taxi's been dispatched. It's 10 to 7. So when I get to the hotel, the hospital, I'm just going to unpack everything and taxi's here. So I'm going to unpack everything when I get to the hospital, freshen myself up, wash my face there because I don't want to do anything here. But it's here, so let me get my charger. Can't believe I'm doing this. Taxi's here. Let's go!
You paying cash or card?
Cash, please.
There you go, love.
Thank you. How much are you? It's raining. I'm here, look. They told me on the taxi company, book an hour before because of the traffic. Look how picturesque it is. They said, book an hour before because the traffic's going to be mayhem. There was no traffic. And all these drivers drive like me, so I've obviously got bellyache. But I'm here. I'm very early. I'm about half an hour early. It does specifically say you don't get here early, but what do you do when you're coming by a cab? So yeah, I'm going to go inside and see if they have a problem with me being inside. I can't imagine they will. And we'll take it from there. God, I can't believe this. This is my last time outside being a big, tittied, hanging, saggy boobed woman. Can't believe this. Anyway, let me just show you these grounds. It feels like the perfect place to die. Alhamdulillah. Anyway, let's go get these boobs. Let's just go do the boobs. We're in the room. This is the room. Give you a little room tour. As you walk in, this is the door. Got a chair, TV, bed, and then bathroom. It's all very old school, but I can't really imagine that. With the look of the building. They asked me to take everything off, put on this gown backwards, put on the pants, and give a urine sample for a pregnancy test. So I'm going to do that now, and I'll see you guys. Probably after surgery. Oh my God, I can't believe I'm saying this. Everyone. It's going to be relatively quick because I'm ready to go for surgery, but I got here this morning. They checked like what I'm gonna eat. Apparently they do that on the phone. But I missed their call yesterday, so it's just toast, sandwiches, chicken, whatever. The the nurse has been done on a checklist, done a blood test, no, I've done a pregnancy test. Put my stockings on. The anaesthetist has been and just double checked my allergies and tolerance. My surgeon's just been and marked me up. I'm ready to go. I'm ready to go. I'm gonna get these boobs done. But I must call my husband back before they come and get me, so I did it. I've done it. Oh my god. I will say I'm just absolutely knackered. I just feel exhausted. But I've done it. The surgery's been done. I haven't got my bra on yet. I don't know why I asked them. But I'm exhausted. I'll let you know. I'll come back when I'm not like this. But your girl joined the itty bitty titty committee. Hello YouTube. I'm pretty sure I spoke to you guys earlier, but I was so out of it, so I can't quite remember. The time is 9:54 on the 17th, so I've had my surgery. The surgery actually took about 4.5 hours, which when he told me 3, I was like, I've got big old boobs. I'm so sorry. It's all the air that I swallowed going to sleep. I keep like bringing it up. But 4.5 hours it took. 380 from one, 280 from another. I had one that was massively bigger than the other. I've been sick all day. I've been sleeping to avoid the sickness. They put these like compression pads around my stockings and they've been keeping me with them.
It's just an antibiotic.
Thank you.
Alright. Just put if you need anything.
Thank you so much. Yeah, thank you. They've been pinching my legs to avoid bloodclots all this time. So I haven't been able to film because it's been so loud. But, like, do I show you? I hope this light doesn't show you my nipples. I don't want to give anyone a fright. I put a post on Instagram and everybody thinks I've had twin daughters. Okay. So you can still see some of the pen there. Maybe I can make it lower. This is my boobs. And even then I can tell they're like hard. I almost feel like I've got milk in them. You know, and they're so hard. For anyone, maybe I should just do that just in case. These are my boobs. Crazy. I've had everywhere that lots of people don't realise you can have anti-sickness, so I've had lots of anti-sickness pills, but then we had to resort to having anti-sickness in this cannula because I just couldn't stop being sick, which when I first had my first breast surgery all those years ago, I was worse than this. I was sick as a dog and I was fainting every 2 minutes, so I kind of anticipated that. Can't really eat anything, but she had just brought me a tea. I think I might enjoy this. But yeah, surgery was 4.5 hours. And I just want to follow up on the whole, you know, I was so scared to die. I know some of you might think, don't be so far-fetched. But what happened is I got here. By the way, I had this sore throat before, so that's just part and parcel of it. I got here and the lady said to me, I said, I'm just scared about the anaesthetic. And I said nothing more than that, and she immediately said, this is because you've chosen a surgery, you want it done, and it's doing something for you, and you've got kids, so it's guilt. She said it's no more dangerous than crossing the road, you know, and not wanting to get hit by a lorry or a bus or a car or whatever. And the fact that she said that without me even having to say, but I feel guilty about this,
I felt so good. And then like obviously most of you know that like I'm married to a Muslim, Farhan. And when I was one of my anesthesiologist or you know, the anaesthetic guy, you know what I mean. I was going to sleep and one lady's holding the mask, the oxygen, and he's pumping my anaesthetic through my thing. And just before he pumped it through, he said, just before he pumped it through, he said, don't mock me, I'm not the best at saying this. But he said Bismillah, but I'm saying it in short term use. I just heard him say under his breath like, Bismillah. I apologise, I have no clue. I do know if Allah tells me and I do say it, then I forget. But he said it, and as soon as he said that, my heart just stopped. I felt so comforted because it just reminded me of my husband. It reminded me of just am asking care for what they be my husband. He reminded me of God, regardless of what God you believe in or follow. I just thought, oh, Angela. And I went to him, I was like, did you just say Bismillah? And he said, yeah. I was like, oh, Angela. As soon as he said that, I was sleeping. Alhamdulillah. Yeah, I've been in this bed. The weed I had, honestly, maybe TMI, but the first weed went on for over 90 seconds. Straight weed. I'm bloated. Can't really eat. It's not. It all just tastes funny. He's brought me a little yogurt now. The Kit Kat, but I'm just taking one bite of one leg of it, like. But pain almost feels like, you know, when like you start working out and your chest is so tight under the boobs, like and the ribs, it's just killing me. It could be worse. From what I see right now, I'm just like, wow. I caught myself, bear in mind I've been to the bathroom a couple of times, but the last time I went, I think it's the most, you know, sober I've been, like mind-wise. And I caught myself in the mirror and it's almost like, you know, you get them dolls and you turn their bodies and they match different people. And then like, I spoke to my husband on camera and he was like, oh, you look like you're going to go like a professional. Oh, don't make me laugh. You're a professional runner. And then obviously he was like, I can see your nipples. He can't see my nipples, he can just see the little cuts and he's getting excited. Yeah, just thought I'd let you know. I'm going to pause this video now. I'm going to close the video because I don't think there's any more to be said. But my boobs cost me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a mini daily update on TikTok and IG, but for YouTube I'm going to do a weekly update. So every week moving forward now I'm going to give you a daily update within the week. So this is where I want to close it and just keep it separate to that. For some people just want to see the whole process. Thank you all for coming on this journey with me because I didn't realise it would be going to become so emotional and that's it. I've officially joined the evening tea committee. I love you all so much. Thank you all so much. I'm going to drink my tea, eat my yogurt. I use yogurt in Somali. Now I've got a snotty nose. But Analia, please don't forget to like, subscribe, drop me a comment. Go and follow us on our other channels because it allows me, the more follows I get, the more time and freedom it allows me in my personal life to dedicate more time to doing this. Because, you know, a girl got to pay the bills at the same time. Love you.